What's up, champions fam? It's the bad guy, WWE champion Zeke 4-0, back with a brand new video. I'm going to try to make this short, sweet, and brief, so let's go ahead and hop into the Black Friday Funhouse store. By now, I've already probably released a couple of videos and shorts that have been uploaded, and we're just going to go ahead and take care of this block of content. As you all know, when it comes to my channel, whenever I'm able to do so, I like to log all formats of content within the game, basically so my channel can act as a time capsule, so to speak, so you can see where Champions has been, where it's at, and where it is going. So when it comes to the normal play, and the hard mode gameplay, it's autoplay all day. But when it comes to hell mode, we lock and load and mainly watch the gems explode. This time around, they've already let us know on the blog what we got to do here. So you need a reality and a PG era husbando, you need an NXT husbando, and then of course a ruthless aggression. Now, here's another thing that's very key about these things that is pretty cool. When it comes to the eras of ruthless aggression and reality and PG, it's a mixed bag. Now, I know for certain everyone within the community, hopefully if you do your due diligence, depending on how big your roster is, everyone at least has one solid go-to ruthless aggression husbando, and none other than the Prince of Darkness himself, Trickster Ozzy Osbourne. Easily can clap up all the content needed for the third tour. Now, when it comes to NXT, well, we do have the option of Wesley. The triple purple has yet to fail anybody, okay? Especially if you got the NXT arrival the moment for certain types of gameplay. Wesley is absolutely a monster of a beast unit to take into here, and he's going to take things down for you. Last but not least, though, realistically, this should have been the one I covered first. Reality and PG era is going to be a hit and a miss because it depends on what if you go after people or how your pulls treat you, because that's basically what I mean by if you go after people and how the pulls treat you. Now, on one side of things, maybe you got lucky. You pulled reality era Devon or Bubba Ray Dudley and you got all the bells and whistles for them. Maybe you got their specs to help them and beef them up. On the other side of things, maybe you got really lucky and you were able to pull William Regal and you got all of his gears, or let alone just one, and you picked up a Piper's plate, and you are off to the races, right? But then there's the other side of things. Maybe you only got a powerhouse King Sheamus, you know what I mean? Or maybe a bad news Wade Barrett with the double sub build. This is going to be the one that I'm going to take care of first because, quite frankly, the other two situations are going to run a lot smoother because of who I have. So we're going to take out the worst case situation to get through this as much as possible. If you hear any noise in the back, it is all good. It is my daughter chilling, watching some Roblox on YouTube. So it is nothing but love. She's chilling with her mother. Son's knocked out. We're just chilling in the kitchen because we're about to be cooking it up right here. So look, hell mode, we're about to get into it. We're using my guy, the Great Khali of all people, because I got a 100% gem damage trap for him. And this is the build that we're running right here. The double purple, the double red with the purple submission. Simple. It's a color sub. It's making random gems into red, which is going to load up the two-handed choke slam, making gems into random gems. If broken by our opponents, it's going to deal damage and increase our purple MP. If broken by us, it's going to deal 0 damage, but swap areas into purple. Then we had the Spine Buster, dealing damage and increasing our purple gem damage by 100% for 2 turns. So this is real easy when it comes to the entourage. We got Honorary Uce Sami Zayn, purple MP +2 plus purple submissions do 65% more damage. Then we got him, Carmelo Hayes. Purple moves are going to be starting off with 4 more, so the submission is going to be coming off first. I know I could have easily gone with the red first, but I opted to go backwards with it. Then we have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat Acrobat, 100% more trap gem damage and generating 2 more trap gems. And last but not least, we got Zret the Dead Man Heart, going to be dealing some purple gem damage up by 40%. So we're going to go ahead and take care of this one because, again, this is the one where I'm the most iffy about. So better to get that out of the way and just steamrolling everybody else, okay? Because Ozzy can basically beat anybody. He's sub-proof, and he's just a juggernaut in his own right. So we're going to go ahead and take care of things. We're going up against the Head Shrinkers. Previous Black Friday character. So we're going to go ahead and put this on. The sub does not do much, but again, my Kali is only so powerful, right? So we will see how things go here. So obviously we get the sub. The sub's going to load everything up. Boom, there we go. Then we're going to beef up our purple gem damage first because we want that to go when if we are able to connect anything, right? And then it's basically going to be a lock and load and dwindle them down bit by bit. We could have gone with a super sub build. Could have put Ali on there. We could have put Logan Paul on there, and I believe High Chief Peter Maivia. But at the same time, yes, it might have been a little bit longer, but you want to basically spam and cycle and keep things going. So we're going to go ahead and do this right here. That should allow us, boom, and then we just keep going and going. Obviously, then they can match some things if they want to. And that gets us loaded. So boom, there we are. And then we do the sub again. So obviously it's going to be a little more difficult. And we got a couple that stayed over. So that's cool. So, all right. Boom. Everything's loaded again. So there's a couple ways that we could go about this. It only lasts for 2 turns. So it's not the end of the world. And you know me. If you don't know me, get familiar because I do not like using props. The only downside about his submission is that it's random gems. So you literally are praying for a Hail Mary pass for one of them to stay on the board to dwindle down things like you see right here because his finisher was about to go off. So that is something that you have to keep in mind when you're dealing with him. And that could prove to be a caveat that could bite us in the butt. But at the same time, we only got so many options. It's literally either this or running Wade Barrett with the double sub that doesn't really do much of anything. And that's just the harsh reality of it, man. Like, if it hit better, if it could do more, cool. It's a great control build, but at the end of the day, it's not really worth it. And even though he has a skip turn build, it's still not really worth it because you're sitting there like, you're spamming either subs or you're spamming skip turn, and that's still very, very time consuming. So luckily we were able to do that and get this done. So boom, that's one down. Now we got to go up against our boy. I think this was Samu. Now we got to go up against Rikishi, formerly known as Fatu. So obviously you want to get as many of these points on the board and do what you need to do. So boom, that's out of the way. And here we go. One hit shrinker down, another one to go. And hopefully this runs a lot smooth. I mean, Kali proves why he's the great Kali. You know what I mean? So we're going to go ahead and hop in here. And obviously you can now see there's a big gap in power here. So we'll see what Kali can do up against Fatu. All right. So, yeah, this is a completely different scenario than what we are accustomed to. So, there's plenty of reds on the board. Hopefully, something sticks. So, we're fully loaded again. And we'll hop in. This is why I'm getting this out of the way now. The other characters that I can use, they're going to be able to do some stuff. Like, we're going to be able to work around it. We're going to be able to make some moves on it. But, this is one of my weaker classes. And with the whole thing with the puppets going on right now, would it have been better to go ahead and pick up Bubba Ray? Yeah, but if I do get blessed with a Mercy the Buzzard puppet, it's definitely going to be going towards my boy Chico Reza Ramon. We're going to go ahead and just up the ante with him, and we are going to actually partake and dabble in his gear so he can be used in some feud shenanigans. Now, all I need is for him to take some, and wow, it did not work. I thought that it would go, and it did not go the way I thought it was going to go. This might actually be a open shut case, depending on how things go here. Oh, man, this is going to be rough. Okay, this is definitely, like, you can already see the difference in power. The bags are great. It would be awesome to have them, but it ain't looking like we gonna get our way on this one. So let's see what we got going on. Boom, and then we will take that. So, botch gems out the wazoo. Yeah, this is one of the. This is gonna be a rough one. This is definitely gonna be a rough one because Kali was good for the first one. I don't think Kali's gonna be good for the next one. Yeah, because it isn't gonna take much to take him down because of what his power is. So it would be literally a Hail Mary pass and a half. So what we will do here is we will hit that first because then that could stack some purple damage. But then again, that's 2 turns, so it really becomes irrelevant. I just thought about that. Boom. All right, so we will get 1 turn in, and then we'll keep on rolling. Got to stay on our P's and Q's, and obviously that is not going to happen. We're probably going to have no choice but to run Wade Barrett, the one person I got blessed with Wade Barrett in such a way it was weird. I believe I got him at 5-star gold off a prize wall, or I maybe even picked him up at 6-star bronze. Then I got fuses of him that took him up, so I got fuses of him for 6-star silver, and then I even pulled him at 6-star gold too. And it's just a thing of like, I just don't like using him. It's a thing of like, yeah, I got him, and does he cover things? Of course, but he's never gonna be that guy like, hey, I woke up this morning and I want to use Wade Barrett. It's never going to be that. It never will be. Has not been, nor will ever be part of this band's repertoire. But I mean, his trainer ability is what's great about him. Like the botch gem damage, and I like using botch gem characters. I've always liked them ever since they came out. So I mean, it's that, but it's just Wade Barrett, man. He's not the best, and he takes too long. And like even with Kali, if the board was on his side, it would have gone a lot better. But it's also a thing with Kali. I'm not trying to take Kali to 6-star gold to take care of something. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. And looking at all that damage, he's probably done anyway. So he's out of the equation. He's not kicking out of that. But in order to get your points, you got to use people that, well, you might not want to use. So that's what it's looking like right now. And no, we do not do coins. We're not doing that. Rikishi got the best of us, man. Rikishi got the best. And this is why I'm saying I always, when it comes to these videos, I rather knock out the most difficult or the most annoying at the beginning. And this is one of those times where, hey, do I end up switching out the abilities? Do I switch somebody out to make it better? I mean, I could take out Zret. That would be cool. That would be great. That would be awesome. Because this lasted for 2 turns. Maybe that purple gem damage is needed because that beefs it up. So maybe a submission character will make this better. It's something. So let's trade that out and we'll give it a run. If it doesn't work out, then we will use our guy Wade Barrett. And that's the bad news, not for y'all, but for me, because I got to use someone I really don't want to use. So, all right, submission loads it up. Hopefully, my question is, in the comments below, who did y'all use to knock this stuff out? Like, who were your characters? Who were your options? Were you able to get all the bonus resources? If not, that's cool too. Who were you able to utilize? So now this is off to a better start because he's not loaded up on the green. If we can keep that green down, if we can get a good match to make this board purple and spam, then we can get a good solid cycle going. So we got this black up here, and I'm honestly thinking about taking that because maybe, just maybe, if it doesn't change those purple, let's see. Boom, loaded. Spam it, spam it, spam it. Okay. So we got that going. And that's what we need. It might take a little bit of time. It might be a little tedious. But we know with as many gems turn to red, we know that he's going to be able to cycle and spam. So that's the key thing here. Once Kali gets going, it's great. It's just getting him going. So boom, boom. Let's see what we got. Okay, yup. Take as many colors as you got. He didn't take the yellow because that yellow dropped. So now let's see what happens because again, that move loads up everything. He's got a couple of aces up his sleeve, so we don't want to overlook him. We don't want to take him for granted. So you always want to stay humble. What would be the best option here to take? It's probably going to be taking this yellow right here. Boom. And we stack up. We stack up. There we go. There we go. We can take a couple L's. It's tedious, but it can work. He's efficient. He just takes some time. Just gotta survive because I only put so many levels into him. So ouch and ouch. Okay, so the purple is there. Boom. All right. We got that all going on. This lasts for a couple turns, so it'll dwindle everything down. Thankfully, if something stays. Okay. But see, that's the only dangerous part about this now. The only dangerous part is now everything's loaded, so can't take nothing for granted here. Definitely can't. So, boom. Okay. We could spam that. See, that was a good situation right there. We were able to get everything loaded up. We were able to get him drained out. So we can actually build something off of it. So this is what we were looking for. It's just a thing of can Kali stay long enough and can the submission last long enough? My apologies for that quiet part. I'm actually genuinely thinking because it's always fun to do a video with characters that you rarely use. So it's like I'm literally sitting here like, am I playing this dude right? Please tell me I'm playing this dude right. I don't want to mess this up, man. So, boom. This went a little bit better than what I expected. And we're fully loaded again. So that wasn't that bad. That was not bad at all. And obviously we want to take his colors. That's always something that's going to remain true to the game. You know, we're always going to want to take the other person's colors. We're always going to want to make sure that we stay on top of things. So this is always going to be a good cycle and a good build too, because literally the sub's going to connect. So then, boom, we're going to be getting our red loaded up. But then on the other side, it's going to connect. It's going to get the purple loaded up. So it's a constant reel. And as long as you have a couple submission gems on the board, you got nothing to worry about. So, boom, let's see what they do. So we're working him down. We are working him down. He's just got a lot in the... That happens, man. So it's not too bad, and everything's fully loaded again, so it's not the end of the world. And you see that damage stacks. Only downside is can you get to really enjoy it often? More than times, sadly, no, you're not able to. And we don't believe in using props around here. So that's the whole thing too. So we got a lot of purple on the board. We'll see what happens. Do we have something that sticks around for a little bit? And we're able to stack a little. Boom. Yep, we got that one lone purple. We got two of them out here. So boom. That damage is stacking. The MP's depleted. But you know, that's the crazy thing about some of these boards. These boards will literally work against you sometimes. It's like, nah, you're not supposed to be winning with Khaleesi. You the bad guy. You're not supposed to be winning like this, man. You showing off our secrets. So sometimes it really does end up becoming a thing. Like, are we really doing this right now? Like, we really doing this. So then we sit here and we're like, well, we got no choice now. We here. So do we go for a big hit? We're going to go for a big hit. We're going to try to at least. So boom, that's fully loaded, and then we have a submission that we can do to get everything fully loaded again. So this could have been the best choice, the best option, or it could have been one of the worst options. We will see. But you can tell, like, we're dwindling them. That's the plus side of it. We are dwindling them, and there's a couple yellows that he can take. That yellow is always going to be the problem here. So now we load up again. We load up again. We're on equal footing now. We're on equal ground in a sense. So we got plenty around. We got plenty of submission right here. But then you see how this board is going again, right? The board is setting it up like it wants me to lose. How much time we spent on this? Oh my Lord. This is why we were doing this. I am cool. I am at peace, y'all. I am at peace. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to get our red again, because our red is already going to load up like that. He's probably going to take a yellow, or he gave us that. So that's absolutely fine, right? That is cool. We're beefed up. We hit the sub. Hopefully one lasts. Boom. We're fully loaded. And that's cool. So that's cool. We are trickling down. We are trickling down. So we have that. Boom. And again, like I said, the other matches are going to be over and done with. That's why I'd rather get this done. I know I can beat him. That's the thing. I know I can beat him. So it's better to go ahead and take care of him. So we have that. We'll go ahead and take his yellow, match some stuff up, do some heavy duty damage, possibly. All that just for that. Are you serious? You cannot be serious. But we're loaded up again. So boom. Don't let this cost me. Please don't let this cost me. It's literally finding the balance of when to throw in. Come on, don't do nothing crazy. Come on. There we go. Boom. Okay. We got the dub. We got the dub, y'all. It just depends on what he decides to do. Please don't do nothing crazy. Okay. So we'll take that yellow. Boom. We got him. We got him. Let's beef it up one more good time, and then we're on to the next one. This is probably one of my longest videos, and it's literally just been me spamming everything because I do not want to use Wade Barrett Trickster. So it is what it is. All right. So then we got that. We got that. Okay. So how do we want to go about this? You know what? We're going to play this smart. We're not going to do this the dumb way. Let's see what happens. We got a couple trap gems. Okay. Give me my purple back. That sub's going to do you dirty, man. So, all right. There we go. And now we can stack this. So this should be it, honestly. We got enough traps on the board. If we get one good connect, it should be game over. We don't even have to end it out with the sub. So what do we have here? Let's do this. Come on, y'all. Come on, dog. Come on. Let it rain. Let it rain. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. And that is it. That is it for one. He's done. He's done. 6-star silver. Underlevel Great Khali, who I literally pump levels in to do a boss battle, takes down a 6-star gold Fatu. So there we go. All for some bonus. For what? At the end of the day, let's see what we got from here. I will gladly take that. I will gladly take those shards of Uncle Howdy. If I can at least end over 2K for Uncle Howdy, I see that as a dub. Now let's roll on into these last ones so we can get this over with. NXT. Now NXT is going to be easy for me because I am going to use him. And who's him? Now I spoke on Wesley. Wesley's really good. Even Riddle is really good nowadays. He's definitely a solid monster and machine. But we don't have William Regal because Regal could double as both. He could double as Reality and NXT, and then you're just cakewalking everything. But we're going to use him. Even Walter, now known as Gunther, would be great. But this is who we're using, and it's real simple. Move damage spam. We got all the red move damage, literally, and MP. We got Judgment Day Balor 100% red, 2 MP. We got Batista 50% red, 1 MP. Snoop Dogg Trickster 40 red damage for moves, and then we got Karrion Kross Technician. The end is near with the red gems doing 30% more damage, but the red moves are doing 30% more damage. So this one is easy because we're literally just going to be hitting hard, stun locking, and just having our way with them because skip a turn, get your gem match, and keep it going. So we don't even have to wait. It's unfortunate that I got to go up against my boy Fatu, but we got to do what we got to do. So, boom, hit the move, hit the stun. The only one that's really going to be the least time consuming is definitely going to end up being Ozzy Osbourne. Hence why, you should have definitely, if thinking out openly, realistically, if you had an opportunity to get him, I definitely think you should have went in and got him all the way up to 6-star gold because he's just that doggone good. So boom. We got that. We're loaded again. We're stunned. He's already stunned for 4 turns. You know what I mean? You're literally buying yourself time with this guy. And I think with the larger than life skill plate, either larger than life or the general's order skill plate, I believe you could be able to just keep it going because it's move damage. So everything's loaded again. You get your yellow off first, so then it's like a constant stun. And then you're just golden. It's over. It's done. We don't even have to hit that. We just do a gem match and boom, everything's locked and loaded and it's over. Carmelo Hayes for the win. And highly incredible trainer ability, and he's good for what we need to use him for. He's not going up to 6-star gold for me, but his move damage still does hit. Doesn't mean it's going to take a couple turns. Absolutely. But he's still going to take care of the job for us. So now it's time to take care of the fake tribal chief, Solo Sikoa. So we're going to go ahead and hop in here. And Solo, honestly, he can get busy too. So there's no argument about that. Solo, definitely, with the right builds and shenanigans going on, he can get you right. So we're going to start out of the gate. We start off really good. Boom. Then we hit this red because then we stack it up again. Keep things rolling. So then we pop up. Boom. Just like that. Get everything loaded up or close to. So there we are. Get another. So that way we can buy ourselves some time. If we got to play around with the board, we got to mess with things a little bit. So that way we can take care of some shenanigans. Then that's what we got to do. So then, boom, there we go. He's already skipping 4 turns. He doesn't get a turn. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. And then the cycle starts all over again. So then, boom, a little bit of move damage here. Another little bit of move damage there. Boom. Time consuming, yes. Efficient. There is nothing wrong with some good cheese in your life. There is nothing wrong with some good cheese. If you ain't got what's the best OP, then shoot, nothing wrong with copping some cheese. So there we go. Boom. Might be a little bit, but we're going to be basically draining him of 6 million health every single time, and we're going to be stacking up our yellow to stun lock him. So there isn't much he can do. It's already over. He's already lost. So, boom. It's one of those things, what they say, they've passed on, they just don't know it yet. That's literally what's going on right now. It's over. He just doesn't know it yet. We know the truth, but he isn't ready for it, and we don't need to keep on stunning him like that, because he's literally like, we can literally sit on a stun if we really wanted to. So, boom, and there's a stun. Hit that up. There we go. Then we get the yellow right again, because the red's going to be straight. So there we are. Time consuming, but a dub is a dub. And plus, it's always cool to have a video with y'all, whether it's short content or long. Like, you know, that's what it's about. Not every W, not every win is going to be the way you expect it to be. And we're getting closer and closer to taking this dude down. So again, it's like 6 million. We're about to be at 30 mil. But it shows like why he's a viable. The stun lock does still work. It's still tried and true. So we just do a gem match, and he's now sitting at 10 turns. He hasn't gotten any the offense off whatsoever. He's literally just chilling, waiting. So we got that. So we're rocking and rolling, because trust me, once I'm done this video, I'm about to crash. I am about to crash real good, real nice. Best believe that. So this guy is, Mello is definitely a guy that's going to help you out. He's basically like a updated Austin in a sense, of just when it comes to the stun lock game. And certain people are built different. Like, there's people that you have that buy you time, and then there's people that you have that give you a stun that's long enough to set up what you need to just put them out of their misery. So they might give you a 1-turn stun so they can be a 2-turn killer. Because it's always great. Let's be realistic. Everyone loves a turn 1 killer, right? But sometimes it's fun to have someone that can you can set up for the long haul. And no lie, I think there was, I can't remember which podcast it was. I'm not sure if it was The Lounge with Bob, or if it was Champions Chat with Rusty and Lee. But I remember someone saying people would lose their minds if they couldn't beat something in 1 turn. You know what I mean? And the sad reality of it is, I have to agree, you're so accustomed to someone doing turn one. And to come from the era where not everything was turn 1, you were happy if you got someone who was a random gem juggernaut and was able to chuck out gems like a striker Bray Wyatt. And yeah, he could chuck things out. Didn't mean they were going to connect. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you get spoiled after a while when you realize how many people, 15 turns, you know what I mean? Like, how many people are fine. They cannot function if their stuff does not go off in 1 turn. And then there's literally characters out there that have now been designed for the long game. There's been characters designed for if you get put in a pinning situation. Characters designed for you to be put into a submission. So it's highly fascinating to see how much the game has changed over the years, and seeing like now people want everything to be turn 1. And quite frankly, I mean, turn 1 killers are great. They're always going to be valuable, especially when it comes to the content, all the different type of content we have. But then there's also things like, you know what? There's characters out there that make things even more worthwhile. Like, you know that if 7 stars are coming, right, that means it's going to be a higher health pool. How high is it going to be? Like, we're seeing, thanks to the broski, Sir Zoros, Benny Smaja, Merrick's, Champions Chat, like all these great content creators, official content creators, David Boy, you're seeing that the pools of damage are getting higher and higher, like hitting, like Uncle Howdy hit like over 1 billion in one of Sir Zoro's videos. And even then, like on the lower span of things, like even crossing over 100 million, right? So it gets to a point where you have to sit back and think to yourself, like, if 7 stars are going to be coming into the game, how high is that health pool going to be? Not like, because more than likely they're not going to stop at 7 star bronze. It's more than likely going to be, 7 star silver and gold to follow later on, right? So then it gets to that point where you're sitting there stuck, like, yo, how high is the health going to get, let alone how high is the damage going to get? Because it's going to get to a point where you're going to have to peak somewhere, you know what I mean? So, I mean, if there ends up being characters out there that end up literally doing a million damage, like, no, not even a million damage, that's like nothing now. But if you literally end up getting to a point where you got characters that are doing over like 10 billion, 20 billion damage, it's going to be like insane to think what kind of health pool a character is going to have, and they can eat that and keep on going. Like, if we get to a point where, like, 10 billion is the new million, that's, I mean, hey, I mean, things happen. Anything's possible, right? So we will see what they have in store for us. But we're going to wrap this up real quick and easy. Now, I'm going to do this spread out because I want to be fair, because I love these two characters so much that I want to showcase both of them. So my first one is always going to be, whenever I have an opportunity to show them, it's going to be RVD, Rob Van Dam, because I remember when he first debuted and I went hard to pick him up. I think the only two characters I ever went, no, there's 4 characters altogether in this game now, when I realistically think about it, that I went extremely hard in to get. And the sad part is, the more I say it, I end up adding another person. There's 6 characters in this game that I have went the hardest in to get when they debuted. And I remember them like it's nothing. It was, the first one was Stacy Keebler, Trickster. And hey, that RK overload is amazing on her. Still going to take her up to 6-star gold one day. That is my word. Following that was Zombie Rey Mysterio, because I never had a good zombie. So Zombie Rey followed that. Afterwards, it was Rob Van Dam, the whole damn show, because I love RVD. And ended up getting the buff to the Acrobat version. So that was pretty cool. That was fire. I know Goldie, my girl Goldie, was absolutely hyped about that. Then following that, it was Hall of Fame Undertaker. I went hard in that contest so I could get his Dead Man Sigil when it first came out. I was so grateful and thankful when I got it. And the irony that broke my heart about him was, I went so hard in his debut, and I didn't even get him. That was the thing that hurt me more, is that I went hard to go after him, to get him, and I did not get him. And that really hurt my feelings. I'm not going to lie to you. You invest disposable income, you grind, you stay up all night, you do everything, and then you max out the contest, but you don't get the character. That really hurt my feelings, and that really had me in one of those modes like, yo, Scopely, what are we really doing right here? Like, realistically, you think, if I'm doing enough pulls, I'm doing everything, grinding out the content, but I'm still not able to get the character, I'm like, yo, what are we really doing right now? Because you got me feeling some type of way. Nonetheless, following that, it was Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu was the guy that I wanted. It's easy to say. I could easily say, Final Boss Rock. I could throw Final Boss Rock out there as one, but the realistic thing is that Final Boss Rock was a character that they basically let you know, like, whether through oopsies or whatnot, you had a clear shot at getting Final Boss Rock. So you were going to get him. Jacob Fatu, with the new system and how they set things up, I didn't know if I was getting him. I just knew that this was a character I was truly in awe of. Loved his debut. Went back, watched matches about him and highlights for him, and I was like, yeah, this is the guy. Like, I'm going in for this dude. And I was able to get him. And the most recent after that hands down, it's gotta be Zaylee, just because of how much of a great entourage ability she was adding to my roster, and because of my boy Vader, rest in paradise, my boy. But yeah, those are the six characters that I went the hardest for. So whenever I get a chance to use them, I'm going to. That's just how I see it. That's just me personally. So yeah, being able to have these characters and getting to use them when I can, I'm always going to take full fledged advantage of that. So power gems are a thing. Thanks to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, turned him around for the better. And look at that bleed immunity. I literally copped that strap for him because I knew with his bleed back in the day was one of the most deadly. So when it came up, it was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely copping the bleed, for him, for my guy, because he got to protect himself from himself. So yeah, when RVD is definitely a guy I made. I used to have him as my go-to striker to go to gold, but obviously that changed once I was able to pick up Final Boss Rock. He became my first striker to go to gold, and then of course Muhammad Ali followed, OTC, Diamond Dallas Page Hall of Fame. So I got some solid strikers. I will never be sad about the strikers that I was able to accrue. You know what I mean? So we did took care of that business. We're going to spam a couple more and then it'll be over. And yeah, whenever I get a chance, I might maybe one day, if I really feel like doing it, I will take him up to 6-star gold. But right now, I'm really good with the 6-star golds that I have. Zaylee, OTC, Muhammad Ali, Final Boss. Especially after picking up my guy Shinsuke Nakamura, the master of the Kinshasa. Yeah, my Final Boss got some new life put into him after the update to the entourage ability for Clubber Lang 2. So yeah, that health steal is going to be massive, and I always enjoy a chance to use any version of the Rock that I have. But RVD getting us the dub. Obviously, I could have gone the route of the bleed build, but I don't mind the extracurricular. And this guy right here, Umaga, wanted this dude so bad. Like I got a mixed bag when it comes to wrestlers that I like, and Umaga is definitely one of them. I love some big dudes that are just in there, like from Undertaker, the Kane, Mark Henry. You know what I mean? Umaga, Jacob Fatu, those dudes, those hybrid characters. I've always Sid. I always liked them because some were really stiff, some were more fluent, some were versatile with their builds. Like I mean, there was even a time where Hulk Hogan was doing kip ups and real technical wrestling. Like he wasn't no Bret Hart, but he showed that he could do more than leg drops and Hulk out. There was even a time where Big Show, the Giant, was doing drop kicks and kip ups. So even Braun Strowman, I've always been fascinated about them. But then there's other characters that you sit back and you look at them and it's like, man, I like them for different reasons. That charisma, that suave, it's always going to be that. This dude's so busted that I don't need to add this extra character to him, but we're going to go ahead and do it anyway. He's just that dangerous. And he was given to everybody for free. I don't even have a strap for the dude, and I know that he's gonna mop the floor with Umaga. It's going to be a problem. So it's going to be awesome to use this guy. I didn't get Bark at the Moon, but everyone got the Prince of Darkness because of the Summer of Darkness event. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put this right over here. Boom. So then we got this right here. Boom. And then we are going to beef up the Black Gem Damage. This is another, like, I literally got so many, I've been blessed. God's blessed me with so many great characters. But then I don't even have, like, the straps to, like, take them all the way. But then I look at what they're able to do without a strap, and it's like, hey, no strap, no problem. Let's do it. So, yeah, that bleed's going to stack. That black gem damage is going to beef up. And we just going to keep our rocket and rolling. So, boom. Let's see what we hit for. Boom, we did that, but how much is that bleed going to be? And it's going to hit him again. Boom. And then we just rinse and repeat. We rinse and repeat. So, hit that right there. then at the end of this, before I hop off, thank y'all for being patient with me. Did not expect this video to be as long as it was. Yeah, this is definitely one of the longer ones, but I'm grateful for all those in attendance. So then we hit that, boom, we're going to activate a lot of black. We're going to get the bleed going on again. It's going to stack. It's going to stick. He's going to be bleeding like a stuck pig. And then we are on our way. Rest in paradise to my boy Umaga. Hands down, one of a kind. Another missed opportunity at a character that could have been championed during the time of the Super Cena era, and it would have made sense. It would have been justifiable. So there we go. Boom. He's done. He ain't getting out of nothing. And it's over. So boom. And let's see what we get out of this. And then we'll do a Uncle Howdy shard check. Because at the end of the day, I will look forward to picking up Uncle Howdy. He's going to be another character that from time to time, you know, once priorities and stuff are straight, you know, priority before pleasure, then we will go ahead and go back in and try to get him from time to time. But it's also not the end of the world if we don't get him. You know, got to take care of real life first, you know, got to take care of my kids, got to take care of bills, and you know what, make sure that the family's straight. So at the end of the day, he's someone that I like, but you know what, we don't idolize the video game, we don't idolize these things, we be grateful. And we've done a lot without Uncle Howdy. We'll be good, we'll be great with him, but we've done a lot of great things without him too. So that's how we always got to look at it. But there we go. Another one knocked down, another one bites the dust, and then we will go ahead and do our little shard check on Bo Dallas and see where we're at with him. So, okay, we crossed the threshold for him. So we're at 2K. So that just means we gotta, you know, we be patient, we be humble, and good Lord willing, everything works out. Like again, I understand why people want to opt to go ahead and do what they do when it comes to the offers that are on the portal. But I'm sorry, man. Like unless you're a big whale, unless you're someone who truly loves this game and this is your only hobby, I can't justify you spending $600 on a pack. And I can't justify really even with the $200 packs unless it's something like you treat yourself, you don't spend like that. I get it. Or it's like, you know, you got gift cards, you were given gift cards or something like that. I wouldn't advise it, but you're going to do what you want to do. He's a great character, but remember, it's a game. You know, everything, like, it took me a while to understand that at the end of the day, and I'm not trying to get Dr. Phil on y'all or Mr. Rogers, but sometimes it took me a while myself to realize how much I put into this game that could have gone to other things. Like, I could have bought a couple cars with the amount of money that I put in this game. I could have put a down payment on a house. Don't have to give you a number, but I'm giving you a figure of perspective. And I put that much into some pixels. Now on one side, I do content on it. And you know what? Thankfully, I've gained many viewers and subscribers, and I've met a lot of like-minded people, but it took me a long time to conquer that addiction, to conquer that itch where others don't. You know, I've learned to have control where others don't. So it's a thing of like, you know what? It's great, but it's also a thing you got to come to terms with. As much as you put into this game, I also understand this game, as much as I want this game to last for many, many years to come, I've yet to run into a mobile game that's lasted over 10 plus years and gone on to 20. You know what I mean? So the possibility is there because we're making better phones, games can last, you know. But on the other side, you also have to look at real life. Life is fleeting. You know, there's more to life than just this game. So you want to find that balance. You know, you got balance time with your family, balance time with your friends, balance time, you know, working, you know, balance time to yourself. And so that also comes with a thing of understanding drawing a line in the sand for your own sake. You know what I mean? So you know, this is one of those things like, hey, if you're able to get Uncle Howdy, if you pull him at 6-star gold, silver, or bronze, I am happy for you. If you pulled him at 5-star gold, I am happy for you. But also understand this too. There's nothing wrong with a little chase. There's nothing wrong with a little patience. Like many other characters, he could be added to the pool in the UCC. He can be added in via shards like many other S tiers, that S plus tiers that have come and gone up to this point. So, the opportunity is still going to be there. They try to get you with the FOMO with the initial launch because, oh snap, it's his first week debut and everything. But don't get caught up in it. Be gracious, be humble. I'm over 2K with his shards. There's a possibility I could get more shards. Like that 400 shard drop was absolutely amazing. Did not expect that. First time seeing that, and I was humble. That's why I wasn't excited about it, because it's like, you know what? It didn't have to happen, but by the grace of God, it did. So, nonetheless, I mean, one way or the other, looking at it in my eyes, I already look at it like I already got Uncle Howdy. One way or the other, he will come home, and I will reunite him with his brother. But for right now, it's nothing but love, and it's nothing but being thankful for what we have and not fixating on what we don't have. So with that being said, y'all, hey yo, hard work pays off, dreams come true, bad times don't last, but champions do. Mad love and respect to each and every single one of you, and my beloved champions fam. Make sure to do yourselves a favor. I almost got tongue tied before I even got it out. Got it out. If you really rock with your boy, if you really like what you see, what you hear, from the the short videos to the long ones like this one to the even literal shorts on YouTube, if you rock with all the content that I make and you look forward and you're excited to hear from yours truly moving forward, do yourself a favor, because it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a thing. And at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world if you don't. But if you really want to give your boy a shot and you really want to show your love and support, simply make sure to do yourselves a favor by making sure to please drop a people's elbow on the subscribe button, as well as hit a razor's edge on the bell icon so you can receive all future notifications from yours truly, the one and only bad guy in WWE Champions, Zeke 4-0, the most electrifying content creator in WWE Champions Entertainment. I love you all. I respect you all. I'm praying for y'all tenfold. Let the good times roll. Again, this was a longer video than expected, thanks to Greg Khali pulling through clutch, so I didn't have to use Bad News Barrett. But at the end of the day, we did conquer, and thanks to the drops that we were able to get this many shards of Uncle Howdy. And one way or the other, he will come home. It's not the end of the world if he doesn't. It would be nice to bring him home, but one way or the other, he will join this roster sooner or later. It's just not right now, and that is absolutely fine. But with that being said, I'm grateful and I'm thankful, and I hope that y'all have an amazing boss battle weekend. Again, let me know how everything's been on your side. How's your Thanksgiving? How's your Black Friday? What are your thoughts on Survivor Series? Let's just chop it up like we do, because at the end of the day, no matter what's going on in your life, through the ups and downs, I know that God will provide smiles from your frowns, because you, in my eyes, will always and forever be a champion. So again, thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for just the opportunity to be a part of your life. And until next time, I bid you all adieu. Take care. One love. I'm out. Stay tuned. Peace.